We are here today at Caliza Reserve. This is Boerne's brand new, up-and-coming premier neighborhood. You don't want to miss these gorgeous homes. Let's get after it right now. If this is your first time to our channel and you would like to know everything there is to know about living in San Antonio and its surrounding areas, like Boerne, make sure you subscribe or tap the bell for notifications to ensure that you're one of the first to be notified when we bring you new market updates. My name is Katie Powers, and my husband Steven Garza and I get phone calls, emails, and texts from people just like you every single day who are looking to make a move into the area. Whether you're 6 days or 6 months away from making that transition, we would absolutely love to hear from you. All of our information is listed right below, and Steve and I would be honored to be your realtors of choice. Now let's dive into the gorgeous Caliza Reserve. This community is located in Bexar County, but has Boerne schools. So you're technically in Boerne, and you get the Boerne schools. Easy location, off Boerne Stage Road. This community is 5 minutes west of I-10, really close to Leon Springs HEB, very close to Fair Oaks Ranch. You really are close to a lot of things. And of course, in the coveted Boerne ISD. This community is featuring half-acre lots. Lots could be bigger than that depending on the lot you choose, but there are no lots smaller than half-acre. We have 2 builders in here. We have Brothers and Chesmar, both amazing builders that can build you a beautiful home. They've got a lot of great floor plans to choose from. So you want to make sure you stick around and see these gorgeous tours. Speaking of tours, let's go check them out. All right, welcome to this gorgeous Chesmar model here at the Caliza Reserve. You've got those beautiful doors. They're very heavy. We have to be careful with them because it is glass, but very beautiful entryway, high ceilings again. They did do a really cool feature here. I really love when they put these light fixtures in the wall. It's just something different, right? You do have your formal dining right here off the entryway, and they did put this really cool little wine room. Not quite a full room, but it is a really pretty statement piece that you could add in when you're building. But nice big dining room. I do want to point out they did plantation shutters in this one, and they're black. I don't know that I've ever seen black plantation shutters. Usually they're just white, but really pretty. Add some different colors in here. So you have obviously the dining room, this great big entry, and then you have a guest quarters right off to the side. You also have your half bath. And this is really cool. This floor plan's really cool. So this would be like your mother-in-law suite, but it also has a whole living room. So as you come in, there's a door that you can shut, and you have a whole living room. So guests come, or your mother-in-law or your father-in-law or you have family come and live with you or stay with you for an extended period of time, they have their own space. So it's not a separate casita, it's in the home, but they do get their own bathroom, their own bedroom, and their own living room. Now you do have your coat closets right off the front. I'm curious, what are your thoughts on these door colors? It's a brown-ish. This house is really cool because the designers are really playing with black and gold and browns. We don't normally see those combination of things, like to have a brown door with black hardware. It's very different. Okay, so living room. Huge entertaining space, absolutely gorgeous, high ceilings with the beams. The beams are extra. You do get a tray ceiling no matter what, but then they have the beams they installed here with a fireplace with no mantle. It's becoming a thing. And then you have the stunner kitchen in true Chesmar fashion. These beautiful waterfall edges. And then if you look at this, as I'm looking at this, there is gold flecks in this quartz. I'm in love. She did just tell us that it's a level 10 quartz, so might be a little bit out of my budget, but maybe not yours. This is gorgeous. Very thick, very beautiful. The two-tone cabinets, so you've got this creamy white on this side, and then your island is this really pretty honey wheat. I keep calling it honey wheat. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Big 6-burner with the oven. Then you have your second oven here with all these drawers, all custom cabinets. And then the cool thing, so you have microwave over here. The cool thing about what Chesmar does in all of their homes is they add this additional corner. So definitely a great buffet, butler's pantry, however you want. It's just a really great extra storage space. As I have heard from most of my clients, you can never have too much cabinet space. And when Chesmar does this in their homes, you do get that additional cabinet. It's not an additional charge. However, these uppers, the second set of cabinets, are extra. That does not come with the home. You have your big pantry. It is a walk-in pantry. Plenty of space when you add in all these cabinets as well. And then if you do choose to go with this home and you design it, you can always change these cabinets to drawers or pull out drawers. You have lots of options. So this does go into the dining room, which we already showed you guys. So I want you to see how big and open and great this space is. So what do you guys think of this kitchen? I would love to hear your comments. I'm really loving this waterfall. I'm curious how much that costs. I kind of want to know, but then I kind of don't want to know. But if you're planning to be in the home for a while, that's definitely worth it. The only thing I don't think that we pointed out was the pendants. So these pendants are bigger. That's always the debate. 2 pendants or 3 pendants? That's a really big island. I probably would have done 3, but 2 works. All right, so this house is big 1-story, over 3,600 square feet. So what we're gonna take you to now off the living room is the game room. What a cute game room. Isn't this adorable? Now, this floor plan usually comes with a regular door here. Chesmar did add the sliders in, so you could also do sliders here out to the entertainment room. I think this is a great placement for a game room right off your entertainment space. It makes for some really good parties. It's good party planning. Across from the game room is a bedroom with a full bath, closet, full bath. Some little girl who loves horses is gonna love this room. So cute. And then across from the game room, you have your office and primary. So your office is right off the kitchen. Not gonna lie, that's probably a really dangerous placement. I do not need my office next to the kitchen. That is bad. But super great space. I love that they put a ceiling fan in here. But good space for an office. It is nice to have it off the primary. Steve really likes that placement there. So right around the corner is your primary bedroom. Vaulted ceilings with absolutely stunning beams. This is, you know, part of the highest ceilings in the house, so really beautiful. I love these window placements. Having that picture window with the 2 windows on the side that you can open gives you a really pretty look. And then just having curtains to close, I think it's gorgeous. So nice fan, double doors into your primary bathroom. And they did double vanity. It is separated by your additional, if I had to guess, this is extra. I don't know this for a fact, but this would probably be a little extra cabinetry if you went to design, but it could come with it, I'm not sure. But you do have some good placement here. Of course, your toilet room is back here. And then they put in an additional vanity over here for your makeup. Love that. Love, love. Now this is kind of the new European style that's making its way to San Antonio, where you have a whole wet area. So you have your tub in with your shower, you tile to the ceiling. It's a really smart. And then your tub's not in the way. You're not having to tile separate areas. It's just all one area, but really cool. If you put glass to the ceiling and put doors in here, you could make this your own sauna. That would be really cool. And then you have a really big closet. So it is one closet, but they've sectioned it off to 2 sides. The primary closet, you have the laundry room. Now they are still working on this. Like I said, we are giving you the sneak peek before they even have the grand opening. I even had to do a little convincing to get in here. So they are working on some things. So, oh my gosh, that dog scared me. The last thing you want, what is that, a Doberman Pinscher? Is a Doberman Pinscher staring you down, and I thought he was coming for me. He looks mean. They need they need a golden retriever in there. That's what they need. Okay, so as you come out of the laundry room, you have your like mud area because your garage is this way. So they're working, so we can't show you, but other thing I want to mention to you in this neighborhood, Chesmar's putting 4 car garages in all of their floor plans. So this house has a 4-car garage right on the other side of this wall. This is an additional room. They've staged it as a gym. So if you don't need the rooms, it's a great gym. But technically this is your 4th bedroom. It has a closet and it has a full bath. Okay, my heart is still racing from that dog. Let's go check out the outdoor living because I really want to show you these amazing doors they have. All right, so these doors are really cool. They're different than your normal sliders because these come apart. So you aren't going to sit here and stack where it gets heavier and heavier and heavier. It comes all the way over and then pulls out. That's pretty cool. So, and all of them will open. So instead of on a 3-pane slider where you come, you're always going to have the pane right here. This one allows you to open all the way and have every single pane open to utilize the entire space. This comes standard with Chesmar. You get 1 slider standard, which is like a $10,000 to $14,000 value standard. If you do the other one from the game room, that is additional, but you can, and it's beautiful. You have a great big patio. It's kind of 2 separate patios almost is what it feels like. So a little eating area, a little entertaining area, great big space. Of course, this is on a septic, as we mentioned, and it is a gas community. Big yard, plenty of room for a pool, and all the outdoor living. They even did a little putt-putt green over there. huge. Look how huge it is compared to me. Gorgeous. All right, so Chesmar, let's talk pricing. They have lots of different plans here. They all have 4-car garages, which to me, phenomenal. I've had a few clients that are only looking for 4-car, and we've had a really hard time finding builders that will add that 4th car bay. All of these homes come with that. So that's a really cool feature, whether you want to use it for storage or a gym or actually parking your cars in. It's a really cool feature. So they have half-acre lots up to an acre lot. So you can choose, it's going to depend, but no lots in here are less than a half-acre. Pricing. Now, if you go online, it shows 800 plus. Really what we're seeing is most homes are going to be $1 million. So even if you get a smaller floor plan, you might start at 850, 900, but you're still going to end closer to $1 million. The other thing I want to mention is Chesmar predominantly builds 1-stories in this community. They have one floor plan that we also featured at Potranco Oaks on the west side of San Antonio. So if you are interested in Chesmar in a different location, there are plenty, so make sure you check that out. But they have the Bethany floor plan, which is very similar to this floor plan. They just add stairs for a game room upstairs. It's really the only thing they do for a 2-story here. So like we said, this one is a 4-bedroom home, over 3,600 square feet in a 1-story. It shows really well. It's very usable space. It's phenomenal. So if you want more information on this builder or floor plan or location, all of our information is listed right below. We would love to hear from you guys. Let's go check out another gorgeous home.
All right, guys, we are here at Caliza Reserve in my hometown, Boerne, right? Boerne is located right north of San Antonio, and this is my stomping ground. None of this existed when I was out here in high school, but my family's been out here since the 80s, so I've seen all this come up. Boerne's really changed over the time. My family's still in Fair Oaks, which is right south of Boerne. I went to Boerne High School. There's 2 high schools now. Boerne's just a growing town, right? It's beautiful out here. I love it out here. I wish I could be out here, but the kids are in San Antonio and they love San Antonio. So we're out here all the time though, right? So as you can see, we got the 2 model houses behind me in Caliza, and that is the Toll Brothers model on the far left, and then the Chesmar model, which is absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, giant, 1-story, can't beat it. But we're out here, so as you can see, the community is just starting, so get in early, right? That's when you want to get your deals. So you can see behind me, they have 1 house going up already. They got another over there. And then you get your entrance off of Boerne Stage. So HOA out here in Caliza is $700 a year. Not very much, but it's not gonna have very much. You got some walking trails, which Katie will show you in one of the tours. Short of that, you're just getting big lots, half-acre lots. Who doesn't want a half-acre lot? It's a perfect size lot. I tell Katie that all the time. People want 5, 10 acres, too much land. I grew up on 2.2 acres, too hard to maintain. Unless, you know, like if you like to farm and stuff like that, that's pretty cool. But if you're normal like me, who I just want a little piece of Texas, half-acre is absolutely perfect. You can do whatever you want on it, essentially. Put a pool in, put your casita, do your putt-putt like they have in one of the models. And they get up over half-acre. They go all the way up to 1, depending on where you're at in the community. So maybe your corner lots are gonna be like 0.75, who knows? Talk to us, give us a call. We'll figure that out for you. We'll send you the layouts of where the lots are and the sizes so you can get in early and select your builder, and we'll take it from there. We'll do everything for you, right? Start to finish, you're with us all the time. Basically a year-long relationship. We love that, and you can call on us to do everything for you, right? If you want a video of your land and your house being built, we're gonna do that for you. All right, so we got the HOA 700. Tax rate out here is 2.33. You are in Bexar County, which is really weird because I grew up in Bexar County, which is south of here, and then Boerne jumps into Kendall County. But this is Bexar County, so you can see the county lines run all kinds of crazy out here. But you are going to Boerne schools, which is where you want to send your kid. I'm a product of Boerne schools, and I think I'm pretty cool. And so the community itself, it's not going to be gated, unfortunately. That's one of the complaints we hear, but that's all right. The location of this is right off Boerne Stage, which you can see behind me, and then you're about 5 minutes to I-10. So if you work in San Antonio, you straight shot into San Antonio, which is right off I-10, which basically takes you right into downtown. So, and it hits all the major arteries in San Antonio. So that's really it for the HOA. You just don't get a whole lot, but the location is prime. That's what, you know, the number one rule in real estate: location, location, location. It is a gas community, so you will have gas cooking. It is a septic community, so you're not hooked up to city plumbing, unfortunately. But septics, if you don't know a whole lot about them, give us a call. We'll educate you on them. Or we'll get you in touch with one of our septic guys who kind of just tell you don't really need to do anything annually, literally. Like, you just use it normally. You just got to be extra mindful. You can't do 10 loads of laundry in a day, right? You'll fill up your septic. But everyday usage, you'll never even know it's there. It'll be like you're hooked up to city sewage. That's the community. It's going to be beautiful when it's finished. And that wraps it up for me. Back to Katie and these beautiful model homes. And you get to learn a little bit from Katie. She's been here a long time, and she tells you all the upgrades in the models. So we'll see you on the next one.
All right, welcome to the beautiful Toll Brothers model here at Caliza Reserve. This is the Xander floor plan. Now you can make this a 4-bedroom or a 5-bedroom. This specific model is a 5-bedroom, 5.5 bath, over 4,500 square feet. It's beautiful. So let's go ahead and jump in. As you walk in, you have a gorgeous high ceilings, every bit of 20 feet to 22 feet high. You've got the beams way up there, great light fixtures, and a formal dining room right off the entry. I do want to notate a few upgrades here, as we always do. Obviously, the stacked stone is going to be extra. And then they took the floors and went them up on the wall, which is actually really cool. We're starting to see a lot more of that. They also put in the faux beams up there and stained them. All of those are upgrades. That light fixture is definitely an upgrade, but just some things to think about because they always make these models absolutely amazing. They did some really cool paneling on the wall here. They do still need to finish this out. We are getting you in before they even do the grand opening here. So there's a couple things that they probably are gonna do some deco wall there and paint that. It's just not done yet. You have a wine room. I love this room. They did a lot of stacked stone in this model. But you could also make this, if you're not a big wino, you could also make this a really nice butler's pantry. So another way to use it, keep all your appliances, your coffee, those things in here so it's off of the kitchen. Not that you have a lack of storage or counter space in this kitchen. It's huge, it's beautiful, it's grand. You have the Jenn-Air appliances with the 6-burner gas, so you do have gas cooking out here. You have the microwave actually by Steve. So you have a microwave down low that pulls out because the Jenn-Air range is actually a double oven, and then a great size pantry. They did beautiful quartz countertops with a black sink, which is kind of cool. What do you guys think of these pendants? I think there's a new style trending. They're going bigger and bigger on these pendants. Every model home we go to, they're becoming more statement features than just extra lighting, right? These are huge. Then you have your little eat-in kitchen here. So you do have 2 separate eating areas. Again, they did some, unique woodwork with the stacked tile all the way to the ceiling. It's very beautiful, very elegant, gives it a very country vibe. So let's take a look at this living room right off the kitchen, perfect for entertaining. Again, with the 22 feet high ceilings with the beams and the shiplap painted. Now you would normally get a ceiling fan here. That does come standard. A ceiling fan comes standard, not that light fixture. And it's Texas. You want a ceiling fan. You have a gas fireplace as well. And then I will say this has been a debate on a few appointments with our clients at design is mantle or no mantle. That's kind of a thing now. I'm partial to mantles because I go straight to Christmas and think, well, where would I hang my stockings? But a lot of people are going with a more sleek look without a mantle. So food for thought, it's an option. Now this floor plan is actually really, really cool. So I'm gonna take you in to the office and then the primary, and the way it zigzags, we'll talk you through it. So hang with us. Let's go check out this office. It's right off the master for primary bedroom. Of course, this models don't have a lot of doors. Usually they take the doors off to show how open they are, but they did some weird light fixture things here, but definitely something you could do. You've got built-ins and then undermount lighting, which is kind of cool. All right, so primary. It's got shiplap all the way around, all the walls, even the ceiling. They painted the ceiling a gray and then white throughout, so it gives it a very country chic, modern farmhouse vibe with the black windows. These lots are half-acre lots. Every lot in here is at least a half-acre. Some are a little larger. Great space. Definitely recommend a fan. And then your primary bathroom is very spa-like. This one's a little different shaped as well. So you have one long vanity. So you have two sinks and then, you know, your makeup center here, but it is a very long vanity. They have framed 3 mirrors here. And then they also did some different beam work up here, which is kind of cool. Tile floors. They did set this tub off to the side, which is nice. It's not in your walkway when you come in the bathroom. It's not in your way to, you know, get to anything. And then they did tile to the ceiling, and this is a nice textured tile. It's a very soft cream. It would be an upgrade to get this tile on the walls and to the ceiling. Usually on tubs, they just tile to about where your window space is. So if you did want it on the sides or up, that would be extra. Just gives it that extra grand feeling. You've got a walk-in shower here. Tile to the ceiling. And then your toilet room, and then this would be her closet. They did some beautiful built-ins in here with a great chandelier. It's very beautiful, lots of drawer space. Now, full disclosure, when you build with Toll Brothers, your closet doesn't look like this. So this is something that we highly recommend you do post-close. Everybody at Toll Brothers or Chesmar or Perry or Highland, any of these builders are going to tell you the same thing when it comes to built-in closets. You really want to do them post-close. The builder is going to charge you an arm and a leg for it. So if you need those contacts, you reach out to Steve and I. We have those contacts that you can do after closing. Plus, another note, do you really, when you think about it, do you really want your built-ins to your closet to be added to your mortgage where you're paying interest on it the next 30 years? Probably not. So we do it post-close. All right, let's go check out the second closet. Oh, let's point out, you've got some great it's not a floating shelf or a floating cabinet, but it does have that underlit light, which makes it look floating. It's really cool. So here's his closet, or the second primary closet. Still very spacious. This is more like what a standard closet is going to come like. You might have to ask for the second bar, but we can get you one. And then it comes into the laundry room. This is the first home that I have seen where the smaller primary closet comes into the laundry room. Usually the larger one does, so it's kind of cool. So you've got lots of room here. You've got a fridge. You've got whole counter space with a sink. They tiled all the way to the ceiling. Jennifer and Jermaine did this tile. Can't remember what room they did it in. What room did you guys do this tile in? We have a Toll Brothers client who is building, and this subway tile we did. I just see it and it makes me think of you guys. So I can't remember which room we did it in, but that's pretty. So as you come out of the laundry room, you have a guest quarters. So a second bedroom downstairs with its own bath. I also want to point out, they did some really cool beam work in here too. Instead of doing the beams across, they just lined the room. It's different, adds a little more depth to the room. It's kind of cool. And then you've got your closet over here that would have the French doors. Shiplap is the name of this house. It's in every room. So as we come out of the guest room, you have a half bath, which they decked this half bath out. Look at all this tile all the way to the ceiling. They don't have a fixture in there yet. They're working on it. And they lit the vanity as well. So you have a coat closet here, as well as your mud room. And then this door leads you out to your 3-car garage. It's offices because it's a model. But then you come from the garage back to your living space. So like I said, it's a unique floor plan down here, but it's really beautiful, very expansive. And the best part about it is you do get that second bedroom downstairs. So if you do have your mom or your family members that don't like stairs, they can stay downstairs and not have to go upstairs. So with that being said, let's go check out the upstairs. All right, so as you come up the stairs, you have this big landing with the beautiful metal spindles here. So you have 2 bedrooms this way, very good sized, very big bedrooms for secondary, with a full bath. So then across the hall, you have bedroom number 4. I love the way they decorated this room. I feel like our little Lily girl would love it. And it's not so pink, you know, they did the shiplap halfway, a little more than halfway. It's very cute, very gold and pink. Now, on the other side of the landing, so when we come out of these 2 bedrooms that are by themselves with their own bathrooms, you then have a landing that goes straight into your game room. Now, what I want to point out about this floor plan that I really am in love with is your game room is set off to the side. So usually you have half a wall where it's a loft down to downstairs. Because they have set this landing over here, this room is more private. Your kids can run around and play, and it's not going to be as loud as if there was a loft and it was directly over the living room. So that's really cool. The other thing you have up here is a media room. So huge game room with a sink. They added a sink and what is that? A beverage fridge, I guess is what we're calling them, with some shelving. And then they did a really cool media room Again, no windows, it's meant to be dark. They put in a little bar here, which is cute. I mean, this is just furniture, but super cool. They did built-ins all along where the TV is, which is great to hide things, storage, toys, whatever you want. But it's a really cool room that's tucked off the game room. And then this one added, which you can do in this floor plan, it's called the Xander floor plan, a 5th bedroom. So this is over the garage. So you have 2 steps down into a bedroom. Kind of cool. I could see my teenager never leaving this room because it's so set apart. It's very private. It does not have a bathroom in the bedroom, but it does right outside the bedroom, which is great for the game room as well. So you do have a full bath up here. What do you guys think? This is a big house, over 4,500 square feet. Let's go check out the outdoor living so you can take a look at just how great a half-acre is. All right, so this floor plan, and you can do this when you build, has a slider here with the 3 panes. It gets heavy. They're big doors. And then you also have sliders over here off your dining room. So some of our clients who are building, I know you're watching, they chose to do the 2 sliders too. It's really beautiful. It's great for entertaining. You open both these sliders up on a gorgeous day like this where we're like 82 degrees. It's absolutely stunning. And you just have a great entertainment room. It's additional room off your living room, right? So they did an outdoor fireplace and stoned it to the ceiling. Gorgeous. I would also put a fan here. Apparently I'm a big fan of fans because I keep mentioning them. They also did the wood on the ceiling here. So this would be an extended patio here. And then they chose, Toll Brothers, because it's a model, they always do some gorgeous outdoor living. So they added in all of this flat work with a little fire pit and an outdoor kitchen. But this is very spacious. Like, this is a very big outdoor entertaining area. And then you can see you still have a big yard, plenty of room for a pool. I do also want to mention these homes are on septic. So you are in Bexar County, but you have Boerne schools. You have San Antonio water, but you have your own septic. So you do not have San Antonio sewer. It's very common on these half to full acre lots to have a septic, but you have a lot of space here. And then as you can see, they do have walking trails throughout the neighborhood. This lot would have great access right off the back gate, but very spacious, very beautiful. You are in the foothills of the Texas Hill Country. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. So what do you guys think? What do you think about this Toll Brothers home? Drop us a comment, let us know. The homes for Toll Brothers in this community are starting around $800 base price. That's not your lot premium. That's not design. That's not your structural updates. So I would say you're not going to get in here under $900,000. Your base price is $8,000, but they're going to be building in here really anywhere from $8 to $1.5. This floor plan starts at $1 million. The Yavani starts at $1,035,000. So those are base prices, and then from there they go up. Your lot premiums are anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000. $50,000 is the highest lot premium in here for Toll Brothers. So you can really expect to spend $1 million, if not more. If you go a big floor plan like this, you're going to be closer to 1.2, 1.3. If you go Yavani, which is over 5,000 square feet, 5,100 square feet, you are going to be closer to 1.4, 1.5. So that's what we have for you for Toll Brothers. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you drop us a comment. Make sure you stay tuned for our map video so you can see exactly where this neighborhood is located, so you can decide if it's a great place for you and your family. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed those tours of both Toll Brothers and Chesmar. They're absolutely stunning models. And now you've seen exactly what this neighborhood offers. Let's dive in to the map so you can see exactly where this is located in relation to San Antonio and Boerne. Let's get to it. All right, so I'm pretty zoomed out here just so you can get an idea of San Antonio and Boerne and how it is all laid out. I like to go over a few things just so you can get your bearings on how San Antonio and Boerne are laid out and the main freeways that you will use on a daily basis. So the main two loops San Antonio has is Loop 1604, which goes along the outskirts of San Antonio. And I'm gonna have to stop saying that at some point because we have a lot of building going outside of 1604, which is still San Antonio. But then we have an inner loop of 410 that goes around here. And then you have some main freeways. So for Boerne, you're gonna use I-10. Now I-10, here's Boerne. I-10 goes all the way from California to Florida. It comes through San Antonio, north and south, which is very weird. And then it goes out east, towards Houston. So you do have to go north and south in San Antonio. It's one of the only cities that it does go north and south in, but it's because it's got to go north to go towards El Paso so that you do not run into Mexico. You do have Highway 90, which goes out. If you wanted to stay straight on I-10, you could stay on 90 and go out west. This will take you out to Castroville. It'll take you all the way to Mexico if you want to stay on that road. So then you also have Highway 16, little local tip. Nobody calls it Highway 16. It's actually called Bandera Road. So when you are here in San Antonio, if somebody says out on Bandera, that is Highway 16. Then you have 281, which goes all the way south. So it will go, it keeps going. It turns into 37, which will take you all the way down to Mexico as well, to the southern tip of Texas. Or you can go north, and 281 north will take you to some really pretty places like Bulverde and Spring Branch. You can also continue on that and hit technically like West Austin, like Dripping Springs, Blanco, all kinds of Kerrville's more off I-10, but you just get really pretty Texas Hill Country going north on 281. It's really beautiful. And then you have I-35, which you've probably heard of because it's a massive freeway. This I-35, again, goes from Canada to Mexico. So this is a super, super big freeway. It is the most heavily traveled freeway from San Antonio to Dallas. So busy, busy freeway. But I-35 does come through San Antonio and it goes up towards Austin, New Braunfels, San Marcos, all of that going north. So those are your main freeways. Now for Boerne purposes, you also have Highway 46, which does cut through Boerne and goes out towards Bulverde and then all the way to New Braunfels. So you do have that little Highway 46. Again, nobody calls it Highway 46, they just call it 46. But anyway, it's Highway 46. Those are your main roads. Now that we have done some housekeeping so you kind of get the layout of San Antonio and Boerne, now we're gonna zoom in. I wanna show you exactly where Caliza Reserve is. And what I love about this neighborhood, I know Steve mentioned that it's north of Fair Oaks, but it's not. He got a little turned around. Fair Oaks is here, Boerne is up here, a little north here. My map is really up here. And then you have a Dominion here, and then you have I-10, 1604, where all the shopping and everything is down here. So what I really like about this community is it's really in the middle of both. So, well, kind of in the middle, but it's south of Boerne and north of San Antonio. So let me zoom in even more so you can see there's two different ways to get to this neighborhood. You can, if you're coming from San Antonio, you can exit right here on Leon Springs. and take Boerne Stage Road and go north here. And then this is actually Scenic Loop, but it turns into Boerne Stage Road here. So the neighborhood is located right over here. So let's zoom in. The other way you can go is if you go north of Fair Oaks, which is why Steve was saying it was north of Fair Oaks. So Fair Oaks Ranch, and you go north, and then right here, this is Scenic Loop. This is so confusing. I know it's confusing, but I'll show you in a little bit why. This is Scenic Loop, and then right around here, around this river, it turns into Boerne Stage Road. So that is why Steve was confused, because Scenic Loop is north of Fair Oaks, but when you turn on that road, you're coming south. Zoom in a little bit more, as you can see. Let me show you this so you can see it on a map. So Boerne Stage Road, like I said, Leon Valley, this is all Boerne Stage Road, and then it gets to Scenic Loop Road here, but when you go north, which you would do, it turns back into Boerne Stage Road. The way Steve came is he turned here in Boerne, south of Boerne, onto Scenic Loop Road, which is north of Fair Oaks. But when it gets to this river, you can see it changes from Scenic Loop Road to Boerne Stage Road. So anyway, all that being said, here is the neighborhood, Caliza Reserve. This is where it is located. If I zoom out, I'll give you a little better picture of it. So the neighborhood is right here. So you are halfway in between. Now, it is faster for you to go north to get to I-10. Like if you're wanting to just get to the freeway, it is faster to go north to hit I-10 from this location than it is to come south to this intersection and then go in. However, you're not on I-10, so if there is an accident, I would go that way because you're not going to have near as much traffic. So that would be my suggestion, but it really just depends on where you're going. And honestly, I would Google map it and find out. But this area has always been very rural. It's not becoming that way anymore. You have a new community also coming up somewhere around here or here. I don't know. It's hard to tell on the map for new builds because they haven't drawn it in on Google Maps yet, but you are getting another community, which we will bring to you. Those are smaller lots, 50 and 60 foot lots for David Weekley and Scott Felder. So they're just developing it. It's not up yet, but you're gonna see a lot more communities. Like Meritage did this here. If you have seen any of our Boerne new construction videos, you have Corley Farms right here. So Corley Farms is a big one. Now you have Meritage here. Now you have Caliza Reserve with absolutely stunning homes. And then you're also going to have the new community called Windsong. So it's building out here. It used to be very rural, very just ranch land. Now these builders and developers are coming in and developing it because the location is so amazing. You are on a septic, as Steve covered, but you're in Bexar County, which is why Steve was confused because he grew up in Fair Oaks here, which is Bexar County. Anything north is Kendall. But you are really, I guess, equal to Fair Oaks if you look at it on the map. So you have Bexar County, but you are going to Boerne schools, which is a really big plus. Now let's dive into some of the great things that are around this community. As far as commute, I'm gonna zoom out and then I'm gonna let's put a dot. So the community is right here. So just so you get your bearings of where that community is, Caliza Reserve is here. Boerne is a solid 10 to 15 minutes. And San Antonio is gonna be closer to 15 to 20 minutes, depending on traffic that day. So you're really halfway in between. You get the rural feel, but you're close to the cities. The other thing I want to cover is Leon Springs. So this little bitty town, again, the neighborhood is here. You could go down Boerne Stage Road, which turns into Boerne Stage Road over here too. You have an HEB, You have all kinds of restaurants all along this I-10 corridor. So you've got like a Chick-fil-A, you've got all your fast food all along the I-10. And then in this little Leon Springs Dominion area, you have, you know, obviously your grocery store, which is great. It's a little smaller, but it is an H-E-B that is close to town. You've got a really great Mexican restaurant, Papa Nachos. Steve and I go there with his parents every now and then. There's a great Italian restaurant there. You have Merit Coffee. You do have a Starbucks just a little, it's closer to the Dominion. You have a Starbucks there, but you do have Merit Coffee right there at Leon Springs. So you've got a lot of things within 10 minutes of you. So it feels rural, but really it's 10 minutes. It's not a crazy drive. It's an easy drive. It's a very scenic, beautiful drive. So you have that there. Then you also have over here a new H-E-B that's a very, very nice that they just completed within the last, I don't know, 5 months, 6 months maybe. Over here that they put in for Fair Oaks Ranch. So these people don't have to go all the way to Leon Springs or all the way to Boerne. They have one right here. So this is probably your closest grocery store, considering that this is only about a 5-minute drive and you come right here and it's literally right there. So I would say you're probably less than 10 minutes to that H-E-B and you're 10 minutes to this H-E-B. Honestly, they're all very close. But you don't have all the shopping and restaurants around this new H-E-B that it's coming. You can see all the development happening, but it's not completely built out yet. You have more amenities. You have more grocery store and restaurants and things that you would want to use every day. They even have nail salons and hair salons, everything over here in Leon Springs. So then you're only 10 to 15 minutes to downtown Boerne where you have everything. So those are just some things to think on, that they're very close. And then the last thing that I want to touch on, let me zoom out. I guess I don't need to. Here's the neighborhood. Let's always keep this spot here so you can see exactly where it's at. So Caliza Reserve is here. I-10, 1604, like I said, you're about 20 minutes. Could be 15 on a good day. If you're going during peak traffic, you're gonna be closer to 20, 30 minutes. But you have Fiesta, Texas here. You have La Cantera, which is a great shopping center, outdoor shopping center with beautiful, beautiful stores there and restaurants. They just put in a new restaurant called Haywire. Super cute, super beautiful, very bougie. It's wonderful. I went there for brunch and I'm going there tonight with a friend as well to celebrate my birthday. But so it's a really nice restaurant. I highly, highly suggest you visit that if you're visiting San Antonio. And then you have the Rim over here with Andretti and Topgolf. So you just have a lot of restaurants and entertainment right here in this section, and you're only 15 to 20 minutes away from it. You also have medical center right around here. You have USAA right around here, all off of I-10. You have Sunco. Oil and gas used to be New Star, now it's Sunco. Right here, you have Valero Energy right here. So honestly, a lot of really big companies and things easy to get to from this location. So you're a 30-minute drive to medical center at most, maybe 35 if it's a really bad time. But really, once you get through this, the congestion is right here because there's construction right now as of April of 2025. There's a lot of construction with this. They're putting in some new overpasses and things. So there's a lot of construction. Your biggest holdup is going to be in this area. Once you get past that, your traffic's easy. Once you get past this area going north to Boerne, it's easy as well, as long as there's not an accident. So easy commute. I think we're going to see a lot of doctors and USAA executives and oil and gas executives looking in this Caliza Reserve area. It's a great location, easy to get to, close to all the main things that people enjoy in San Antonio. So that is really my spiel. That's all I got for you guys. I hope this helped give you an idea of exactly where it's located and some timing. You are a little further from the airport, but anybody who's looking in the Boerne area, you're gonna be 45 minutes from the San Antonio airport just because of where the airport is located. But as far as all of your everyday things, it's a great location. You get cute little Boerne, but you're also super close to the shopping that everybody enjoys here in San Antonio. So all I can tell you is you can't go wrong with this location, and you can't go wrong with either of these builders. If you have the budget, it's totally worth it. Just know you're most likely, even with the smallest floor plan, going to be around 900,000 to 950. And then with the larger floor plans, you'll be every bit of $1 million, probably close to 1.2, 1.3. Just depends on your finish outs, but let's be real, these builders like to make money on your upgrades. That's part of the game. So you just have to know 15 to 20% of your sales price is what you're going to put in to the home in the design center. So all of that information, you can reach out to Steve and I. We'd be happy to answer any of those questions for you and kind of walk you through the process of what that looks like. All of our information is listed right below. Give us a call, shoot us a text. This is our personal cell phone, guys. We want to hear from you. We want to know how we can help you become homeowners in the San Antonio area. So feel free to reach out. We love hearing from you. Drop us a comment, give us a like if this video was good, if you liked the homes, if you found it helpful. Make sure you give us a like. It helps grow our page and help more people as they're moving into the area. Thanks again. We'll see you guys on the next one.